everybody. This is the Girls C.E.O Connection Young Women's Advisory Board, and we're here to discuss our thoughts on the Girls C.E.O Connection and teen girls as entrepreneurs. My name is Vivian Duong, and I go to Brown University.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Hoang, and this is Kelly Trin and Tammy Nguyen, and we all go to high school in Orange County.
Alright, ladies, how did you all first hear about Girls C.E.O Connections?
Well, Alexandra and I found out through the Academy of Business Leadership, which was a 7-week program at Cal State Fullerton.
And from there, I believe it was in 2009, they told us about the first Realizing a Vision conference in Long Beach, and Tish and Snooki paid for our tickets to go to the conference, and that's how we found out about it, and it was really cool. It was a really great experience.
Yeah, and then Alexandra and I, we also met through the program, and so we were just instant messaging, and Alexandra told me about this board, and she told me that I should apply.
So I'm curious, which program are you talking about? There, you met them or learned about it?
I met Alexandra and Kelly through the Academy of Business Leadership's Summer Business Institute, but I wasn't at the same campus as them. So we were kind of friends, but we didn't have class together.
Yeah, so I was just talking to her one day about it, and then that's how she found out. And by that time, I think we got into the Girls C.E.O Teen Advisory Board for young women, and that's how I told Vivian about it, and then she applied.
Okay, so what was your favorite experience in Girls C.E.O Connection?
For me, it was the conference in Long Beach. We got to sit down and talk to other girls from around Southern California about entrepreneurship and talk to real entrepreneurs who told us about how they started their business and the steps they took to get there. They were a real inspiration.
I really liked that too. That was my favorite part because I really liked how we got to go to workshops and meet women entrepreneurs, and they really inspired me, and I got a lot of one-on-one time. My favorite speaker at the workshop was this woman from Etsy that I got to have a lot of time to talk with, and she told me about how the website works and how I could start my own business, and I thought it was very inspirational.
I've had a lot of one-on-one time with women entrepreneurs too, except it was because I've written some posts about women entrepreneurs on the Girls C.E.O Connection blog, and so I got to speak to Courtney Macavinta and Lee Fox, and that's my favorite part. It was really great to talk to these women and hear their stories and how they started, and what I got most from it wasn't so much what they were saying, but how they carried themselves, and I was just really impressed by how they carried themselves. They were confident, and they made sure to be they were very, not just polite, but when they interact with other people, they make sure that everybody feels respected, and so that's what I got most from it. That's my favorite part.
So Tammy, how did you first hear about the Girls C.E.O Connection?
When I first heard about Girls C.E.O Connection, it was through social networking on Facebook when I saw Kelly and Alexandra's activities on this Girls C.E.O Connection page.
Go.
Okay, so after that, what made you want to be part of the board after you found out about us through Facebook?
I wanted to meet other like-minded aspiring teens and attend the conference. Okay, so what was your favorite part at the Realizing a Vision conference?
Lunch was interesting because we all drew like a number out of a hat, and we were sat at a table with that number, so you had to step out of your comfort zone and meet new people there.
I was at the same table at you though, as you, but it was really cool because we got to sit next to certain entrepreneurs that were speaking there, and then they gave us advice and just talked while we had lunch.
Yeah, it's like the entrepreneurs weren't just like people giving a speech or on stage. Like you actually had to have lunch with them.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I think we walked around towards their exhibits where each entrepreneur had their each exhibit of what they were doing and what their business was about, and we bought a bunch of jewelry from Amanda Martin, which is called Pick Me Jewelry, and she does guitar picks. as jewelry, like earrings and necklaces and stuff like that. And then after that, after that we went to the fashion show, right? And I got a book from Jennifer Kushell. It was a really good book. I remember reading it, and I remember how I got it because I answered one of the questions that she was asking, and the fashion show ended the day.
Okay, so do you think girls who have open businesses think differently about their businesses than their male counterparts?
Well, I think because teen girls and in the business world, there aren't as many women, like grown women who have really big, successful, they are successful, but really, really big businesses. There's not as much women role models to look up to for young women, so they're more as likely to start their own business without being the first one to start it, if that makes sense. What do you guys think?
Well, from what I've seen at school, I know more girls who started businesses than boys. But I think that is true. There are more men who have raised like really big businesses as adults.
Oh, and I feel like I get the sense that when women start businesses, they do it out of a sense of community. I know that Nashely Ruiz, she's also on the board. She started Peppa to raise funds for children in Mexico because of her grandmother who inspired her. And I know that Courtney Macavinta, she started the Respect Institute after being bullied in school and having, deep self-esteem issues as a young woman. And I know Lee Fox, she started KooDooz because she wanted to provide an outlet for her children to develop their leadership skills and become a better citizen. And whereas with men, I feel like it's more like, I like skateboards, so therefore I'm going to start a skateboard business.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I think that women, the fact that they like to be at home and they like the community serves as a reason to why they don't have as many big corporate businesses all around the world as where they start small businesses in the community, like Vivian was saying.
So Tammy, what do you think?
Well, no, I definitely agree, because women generally do tend to make smaller moves in business because they spend more time at home with kids and everything.
I agree with what Tammy said about how women take smaller steps, because I know some people from school who also sell things, like they have clothes that they just don't want anymore or they make, and then they have friends on Facebook to just comment on what they like, and then they go meet their friends and they sell it there. Or other people I know, they buy candy and they sell it for a huge profit because they have their other friends they have their other friends sell it for them, and then they give so much back to their friends, and then they end up making a huge profit because of that too, which is a really good way to start your own business.
And where do they get the candy?
They get it from Costco or those warehouse places that sell it in bulk, so then it's cheaper to buy, and then you can sell it for much more.
So where do your friends that sell on Facebook, do they have their own fan page or a group page? I mean, where do people find it?
It's just you create a person on Facebook. When you create a profile or an account, then you have friends, so they add a whole bunch of friends. It's even people they don't know. And then those friends see it and they see their pictures of what they're selling, and then they just comment on what they like.
Oh, not a bad idea. Okay, and Kelly, didn't you mention that there were girls at your school where were they selling?
Oh, I have friends that are selling things on Facebook too, like Alexandra said. And some of them are on Etsy with the handmade items they make. Facebook is a really good way to get your business to be popular, because some of my friends would do giveaways, and in order to enter the giveaway, you have to share it on your Facebook page. And I remember entering a contest, and I was the first one to enter, and I was like, yes, 100% chance I'm going to win. And then about 5 minutes later, 50 other people entered just from me sharing it on Facebook.
So all of you, my question is, do any of your friends develop their own websites to do their businesses?
Well, I think developing a website is harder, so they use the social network sites, whereas it's easier for people to see, and they already have a set amount of friends who see the things that they do and their activities. So it's easier to market yourself there instead of creating your own website from scratch.
So I know Nashely also has a website, but she doesn't sell her crafts on her website. She has other vendors selling it, but her website is there so that her customers can read about her and about the organization and how she's using the money to give to children, and the customers can actually see the pictures of children and them using the crafts, so they get a better sense of where their money is going to through the website.
So for what you guys were saying about websites, I did see some people who are very, very good at designing websites opened up their own websites, and they would offer up commissions. So it's like, if you want to start a business and you need someone to develop your website, they would do it for you, like for a price, like how much for a banner, how much for the entire thing. And I have some friends who are graphic artists. They're very good at computer art, and they'll go on DeviantArt and make art for commission. So someone might like put in an order and say like, oh, I want you to draw this, and it looks like this, and then if they're satisfied with what you've done, then they'll pay you.
How do they pay you from?
On DeviantArt, it's kind of like Etsy, where like you have like a PayPal or credit card or something, and then you actually like pay them. And then you can also have the option, I think, to like get it printed out. So it might be like $5 for a certain size frame and more for a bigger one.
So actually, those friends of yours do have businesses
Yes.
because they're selling their art
Yeah.
on somebody else's website, but they're still it's all by commission, but they do have a business.
Yeah, it's like kind of like Etsy, but for art instead of handmade goods. Nothing that you send by mail.
And how many girls, are there any girls that do this?
Yeah, actually most of the people I know are girls.
Alright, so what are you guys looking forward to in Girls C.E.O. Connections this year?
So I'm excited to read Sylvia's new book about girls and entrepreneurship. I got to read the introduction.
We'll be interviewing other teen entrepreneurs later this year, so
Check out our other videos on the Girls C.E.O. Connection channel and our Facebook page.